The sun sinks low over Starbase, Texas, on October 13th, 2025, casting a golden veil across the Gulf of Mexico. The air crackles with anticipation, a restless hum that dances on my skin as I stand among a sea of wide-eyed dreamers. Before us looms SpaceX's Starship, its sleek, silver hull gleaming like a knight's armor under the twilight sky. This isn't just a launch, it's the grand finale of an era. Flight 11, the last waltz of the Starship as we've known it. The countdown hits zero, and a primal roar erupts, shaking the Earth like a heartbeat of creation itself. Flames cascade in a molten symphony, and the rocket surges skyward, a spear of human ambition piercing the heavens. My heart aches with nostalgia, yet pulses with electric thrill. This is the end of one chapter and the dawn of another. This super heavy booster is no rookie. It's a battle-hardened veteran from Flight 8, March 2025. Refurbished at the Star Factory, it carries 24 of its original Raptor engines, each a storyteller of past ascents, humming with the wisdom of experience. The launch is a masterpiece, a flawless climb through the evening sky, a fiery hot stage separation executed with the grace of a cosmic ballet. But here's where my breath catches. SpaceX dares to rewrite the script with a bold landing burn experiment. Instead of the familiar 13-3 engine drop, they transition from 13 to 5, then 3 at the very last second, a fuel-saving gamble for the V3 booster's future. The booster flips, descends, and kisses the Gulf's waves with a controlled elegance that feels like poetry in motion. This is resilience, a testament to engineers who turn setbacks into stepping stones. Did that moment ignite your soul? Smash that like button, drop a comment. What part of this launch gave you chills? As the booster rests in the sea, the Starship itself soars, a lone voyager in the suborbital void. At T plus 58 minutes, 50 kilometers above Earth, it performs a dynamic banking maneuver, carving a semicircle through the sky. It's not just a turn, it's a rehearsal for future homecomings, guiding the ship from Mexico's skies back to Texas soil. At T plus 1 hour and 5 minutes, it spins 180 degrees, aligning for the final flip and landing burn. The splashdown beside the buoy camera is pinpoint, a gentle tip into the ocean before a planned explosion. A fiery farewell, not a failure, but a lesson etched in the waves. As of October 21st, 2025, SpaceX reports a 95% success rate for Flight 11, with 8 next-gen Starlink simulators deployed and engine relights perfected. This moment unites us globally, from Tokyo's neon jungles to Kenyan villages. We're bound by awe. Subscribe. Share this story. Let's spread this cosmic wonder together. Now, drift with me into the cosmos, where silence wraps the Starship like a velvet shroud. Coasting through its suborbital arc, it's a solitary poet, its sensors pulsing like a heartbeat in the void. No wobbles, no chaos, just unwavering control, a testament to human dreams woven into steel and code. The wing flaps, those unsung heroes, flex without melting, defying the fiery trials of reentry. Plasma dances around the heat shield, glowing like cosmic fireflies, while deliberately removed tiles test the ship's resilience in vulnerable spots. October 2025, data from SpaceX confirms. Ablation rates analyzed, thermal limits pushed, all feeding the dream of a reusable future. This journey is emotional, relatable, a machine embodying our collective yearning to endure. 8 next-gen Starlink simulators deploy flawlessly, connecting farmers in rural India to students in Brazilian favelas, knitting the world closer. The in-space Raptor relight, a triumphant success, igniting hope for orbital ambitions. Imagine the stories this ship could tell, of quiet triumphs in the silent void, mirroring our own struggles and victories. What's your dream for Starship's next chapter? Drop it in the comments. Share this tale. Let's inspire the globe together. Back on solid ground, the Super Heavy booster evolves like a mythical dragon shedding its scales for Flight 12 and beyond. This isn't a tweak, it's a reinvention, bursting with power and promise. The base still houses 33 engines, but they're now Raptor V3s, each pumping out 280 tons of thrust, up from 230 as confirmed by SpaceX's October 2025 tests in Hawthorne. Their design is sleeker, with hoses and wires tucked inside the casing, making them more reliable, less exposed to the chaos of launch and return. It's a love letter to efficiency, echoing Elon Musk's mantra of deleting the unnecessary until only the essential remains. The booster stretches taller, its fuel tanks expanded to feed those thirsty engines via a methane transfer tube so massive it rivals a Falcon 9 in size, a rocket within a rocket. Globally, this means cheaper space access, empowering nations from Nigeria to Japan to launch their own satellites. Up top, grid fins drop from 4 to 3, arranged in a T-shape, each beefed up by 50%, with integrated catch pins for the chopstick arms. The hot stage separation? Now built in, with open beams venting exhaust and a reinforced dome shielding the methane tank, ditching the 10-ton adapter that once plunged into the sea. As of October 21st, 2025, V3 engines are rolling off the production line, testing complete. This is progress, raw and emotional. Build smarter, not just bigger. Ready for the ship's inner revolution? Let's dive in. Starship 5-3 may wear a familiar silver skin, but inside it's a phoenix reborn from the ashes of V2's trials. Those early flights, explosions that tore at the heart, were teachers, not failures. Flight 10's engine bay blast shredded flaps, but 2025's relentless iterations forged a new fuel delivery system and upgraded Raptors built for reliability. The result? A payload capacity of 100 to 150 tons to low Earth orbit, rivaling the Saturn V, but fully reusable, a dream Apollo engineers could only whisper. New docking adapters, male and female, enable fuel transfers in orbit, setting the stage for Moon and Mars missions. October 2025, updates confirm. This V3 is the pioneer for lunar and Martian landings. Emotionally, this is profound. Reusability isn't just tech, it's hope for a multi-planetary future, accessible to all. From a coder in Bangalore to a teacher in Peru, we all feel the pull of the stars. Like if Mars excites you, comment your predictions for V3's first landing. Now, let's ground ourselves at Starbase, where the very foundation transforms. Picture Starbase as a living canvas, its landscape shifting to cradle humanity's cosmic dreams. Tower 2 rises like a steel colossus, taller and stronger than its predecessor, a monument to lessons etched in fire and steel. Gone is Tower 1's quirky upside-down showerhead flame diverter, which sprayed water skyward like a defiant geyser to tame the Raptor's fury. In its place, Tower 2 boasts a traditional flame trench and water deluge system, akin to Falcon 9's battle-tested setup, channeling the inferno of 33 engines safely into the Earth. As of October 21st, 2025, SpaceX confirms Tower 2's completion, its skeletal frame gleaming under the Texas sun, ready for Flight 12's debut with Ship 39 V3. The chopstick arms, affectionately called Mechazilla, have evolved too, their story one of bold refinement. Once, they were oversized, built for a catch no one had ever attempted, like trying to snatch a comet by hand. Flight 11's data, combined with years of catches, revealed the truth. Less surface area, more speed. These new arms are shorter, nimbler, moving with the precision of a falcon's talons. They're designed to snatch the super heavy booster midair, a high-stakes dance of steel and trust. Emotionally, this hits deep. It's about learning from the past, trusting experience to guide the future. I imagine the engineers' pride, their late-night sketches coming to life, mirrored by anyone who's ever streamlined their life's work, from a chef perfecting a recipe to a student acing a tough exam. Globally, this resonates. In a world of finite resources, efficiency is universal, whether it's a farmer in Vietnam optimizing crops or a startup in Sweden cutting waste. Tower 2's upgrades mean faster launch turnarounds, more missions, and lower costs, opening space to nations and dreamers everywhere. Picture a young girl in South Africa, watching the live stream, sketching her own rocket designs, or a family in rural Mexico, inspired by Starship's promise to connect their village via Starlink. This is more than engineering. It's a bridge to opportunity. As the sun sets on Tower 1's final launch, I feel a swell of pride for humanity's tenacity, a shared pulse across continents. Want to join this cosmic journey? Hit subscribe, share this story. Let's build the future together. Now, let's reflect on the echoes of Flight 11 and the visions it sparks. Stand with me at the edge of history, where the echoes of Flight 11 reverberate like a song that lingers in the soul. That launch was a masterpiece. 95% success, no major anomalies. Every milestone from engine relights to Starlink deployments executed with precision. The controlled splashdown, the planned tip and burst felt like a warrior's honorable farewell, a final bow before the stage resets. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about stories that span the globe. Imagine a family in rural China, huddled around a flickering phone screen, their gasps echoing as Starship soars. Or a retiree in Germany, who once watched Apollo 11 with bated breath, feeling young again as Flight 11 unfolds. As of October 21st, 2025, SpaceX's telemetry data confirms Flight 11's lessons are sculpting V3's design, from flap durability to fuel system stability, paving the way for orbital dreams. The future calls louder, though, with a siren's song of possibility. Flight 12, with Ship 39 V3, is weeks away, promising not just suborbital arcs, but true orbital missions, fuel transfers, perhaps a lunar flyby. The emotional stakes are sky high. Every launch is a step toward Mars, a shared human dream that transcends borders. I picture standing on that red planet one day, Martian dust under my boots, knowing Flight 11 was the bridge. This vision unites us, a teacher in Brazil, a mechanic in Nigeria, a student in Japan, all gazing upward, hearts racing. It's relatable, this longing to touch the unknown, to push beyond our limits. What's your vision for Flight 12? Drop it in the comments. Share this epic with someone who needs a spark of wonder. Let's transition to the heartbeat behind the steel, the people who breathe life into Starship. Behind every weld, every line of code, are humans pouring their souls into Starship's ascent. Picture the Starbase engineer, coffee long gone cold, hunched over a screen at 2 a.m., tweaking V3's fuel system to prevent another Flight 10 explosion. Their family sleeps miles away, but this mission is their North Star, a calling that burns brighter than fatigue. Or the technician in Hawthorne, hands calloused from wrenching Raptor 5.3s, racing against October 2025's relentless deadlines. These aren't faceless workers. They're dreamers, parents, friends, stargazers, who sacrifice sleep for a shot at the cosmos. Their journey mirrors ours. The doubt, the grind, the quiet joy of a valve holding firm or a tile surviving reentry. Globally, their story resonates. In Japan, an aspiring astronaut studies harder, inspired by the team's grit. In Australia, a welder sees their craft in the booster's seams, pride swelling. As of October 21st, 2025, SpaceX's team is deep in Flight 11's data, refining V3's systems with sweat and hope. I feel their passion, the emotional weight of turning failures into triumphs, like when Flight 11's tiles held firm, a victory for every sleepless night. This is the human spirit, raw, relatable, relentless. It's the coder in India debugging under pressure, the teacher in Kenya inspiring her class. Feel their fire? Like this video, share their story. Let's honor these unsung heroes. Now, let's revisit the battles that shaped this triumph, the scars that built Starship's soul. Every Starship launch is a saga of heartbreaks and victories, each explosion a lesson carved in fire. Rewind to Flight 3's mid-air disintegration, a gut punch that left engineers reeling. Or Flight 10's engine bay blast, shredding flaps like paper in a storm. Those weren't failures. They were harsh teachers, revealing flaws in fuel lines, tiles, and flaps. Throughout 2025, SpaceX iterated relentlessly. Fix a valve, test a tile, crash, learn, repeat. Flight 11's near perfection, with its 95% success rate, was born from those scars. October 2025 reports detail how each rapid unscheduled disassembly illuminated a path forward. Stronger welds, refined fuel flow, flaps that endure. This journey is emotional, universal. Think of your own setbacks. A failed exam, a broken dream, then rising stronger. Globally, it inspires. A student in India sees failure as progress. A startup in Europe pivots with courage. Flight 11's splashdown was a crescendo, a promise kept, with 8 Starlink simulators deployed and engines relit flawlessly. The tempo builds, carrying us from pain to pride. I feel the weight of those early crashes, the joy of overcoming. What's your favorite Starship moment? The one that made your heart race? Comment below. Share this epic. Let's celebrate resilience together. Now, let's explore the global ripples of this cosmic quest. Starship isn't just a rocket. It's a bridge to a shared human future. Its ability to loft 100 to 150 tons to orbit, reusable and cost-effective, rewrites the rules of space. Climate monitoring satellites for Africa, internet access for remote Pacific islands, science labs for universities in South America. Starship makes it real. As of October 21st, 2025, SpaceX's Starlink network, boosted by Flight 11's 8 next-gen simulators, connects over 3 billion people globally, per ITU's latest data. Picture a farmer in Kenya checking crop prices via Starlink, or a teacher in Peru streaming lessons to her students. This is space for all, a universal dream of opportunity. Emotionally, it's unity, humanity looking skyward, hearts aligned. From Cairo's bustling markets to Seoul's towering skyscrapers, we're linked by this ambition. It's not just tech, it's empowerment, connection, hope. A child in Nigeria dreams of engineering, inspired by Starship's livestream. A family in rural Mexico finds community through connectivity. This is the ripple effect, touching lives across continents. Feel that spark. Share this video. Comment your thoughts. How will Starship change your world? Let's transition to the final call, where the horizon beckons with promise. Stand with me at the edge of tomorrow, where stars aren't just lights, but destinations waiting to be claimed. Flight 12, with Ship 39 V3, looms just weeks away, promising not just suborbital arcs, but true orbital missions. Fuel transfers in space, perhaps a lunar orbit, a daring step toward Mars. October 2025, data confirms V3's reliability, Tower 2's readiness, and Raptor 5.3's power. I see a future where a child in Brazil walks on Mars, their dreams sparked by today's launches. This is our story, global and human, a relentless push beyond the impossible. The tempo soars. Every launch is a heartbeat, every test a vow to the future. I feel the weight of history, the thrill of what's next. From a coder in India to a farmer in Kenya, we're all part of this saga. Like, subscribe, share, join this cosmic journey. Comment. Where do you want Starship to take us? The horizon calls, and together we'll answer with fire and dreams.